This is Fox 9 Good Day.
All right, welcome back on this Monday. There is one room in your home right now that becomes pretty dangerous, more dangerous as you age.
Yeah, each year 235,000 people are injured by a fall in the bathroom. And this morning, Cathy McLeer from AARP joins us with some tips to make our homes safer. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay, first of all, I have my ideas, but why is the bathroom ranked as kind of the most dangerous room in the house?
Yeah, well, we can talk about bathrooms, but our surveys show over and over again that as we age, we want to stay in our homes, in our communities. And when you think about the long-term cost, it's much more affordable to make some of those updates to make your home more accessible, safer, to meet your needs as you age so that you can stay in your home longer. Because once you start talking about things like assisted living and skilled nursing care, it becomes very, very expensive. Right. So that's really important to mention. But yes, bathrooms are one of the most dangerous places because of the water and the soap and small confined areas and hard surfaces. And so slips and falls become a very real problem.
For sure. And, you know, if there is a slip and a fall, there's not a lot of cushion usually in that either. Let's talk about some low cost changes, to your point. People wanting that age in place, idea that you want to stay in your home as long as you can. What are some small things that people could do, right now that potentially can make a big difference?
Yeah, first is lighting. So if you're making extra trips to the bathroom at night, you want to make sure you have a night light or motion sensor lights so that you can see when you're going to use the bathroom. Things like grab bars, and a towel bar is not a good grab bar because it might pull out of the wall if you have to put your weight on it. So you want to make sure it's a good grab bar, and maybe consider having it professionally installed to make sure it has the right kind of backing and it's going to bear your weight if you do need to use that grab bar.
So we're looking at this image. These are spots, I can see obviously like 11 is that rug on the floor. We've talked about that in the past of, if things aren't secure, you can easily slip on that. You've got the night light, other spots like that. Obviously, maybe you're not going to get to that full shower where you have the bench and a walk-in shower, but some of those smaller things that you could start.
Yeah, so making sure your rugs have rubber backing, or maybe just take them out altogether. If you use a walker or a wheelchair, those rugs are going to be really problematic. So maybe you consider some non-slip strips instead of rugs. Grab bars are really inexpensive. If you have a shower tub combo and you're not in a position to put a zero entry shower in, a couple really simple things. Home medical stores have transfer chairs that allow, it's not a permanent solution, but it allows you to get in and out of that tub a little more easily. Even replacing your shower head and your faucet, putting one that has an adjustable shower head so that if you do need to use a shower chair, you're not having to try to reach for that shower head. And it makes it a lot easier if you're helping, if you have an aging parent or an aging spouse, it makes it a lot easier for you to help them do their hygiene and stay clean and showered if they're in a chair and you have a handheld shower.
Yeah. Let's think ahead. Long-term projects that would be a good addition if you have the time and maybe the finances.
Yeah, so another simple one that doesn't cost a lot but maybe a little bit more of investment is a comfort height toilet. So I recently had hip replacement surgery, and I tell you, that was a tough one getting on and off, right? So having grab bars, having a little bit higher toilet. You can also get low-cost risers or a commode that rolls right over your toilet. And those are some other low-cost ones. But if you do have the means, replacing that shower tub combo with a roll-in shower, even a single step might be a good idea, but a zero entry is even better.
I know we're specifically talking about bathrooms, but we were just talking before we came on camera too, even smaller things like door handles, having it be, this way as opposed to this way, where maybe your dexterity, fades over time.
Yep, if you have arthritis, grabbing a knob is going to be a little more difficult, but being able to push a lever down is a lot easier. If you are thinking about a new home or a remodel, wider doors that can accommodate a wheelchair or a walker. Things like lower countertops that if you do end up in a wheelchair that you can roll up and have a little easier access. And AARP has a ton of resources. We have our HomeFit guide. It's free. You can download it online. And so it has really practical and low-cost tips. So even if you don't need them yourself, it may be a conversation you want to have with an aging parent or an aging relative so that they can be planning ahead for their own future so they can stay in their home where they want to be as they age.
And did I hear there's kind of, you can like almost use your phone to like have it look at a room and it'll...
We do,
okay.
yeah. We have an AI app, and so you can use your camera and kind of go around your room. It'll take pictures and it'll give you simple recommendations and tips that you can use to make those small improvements to make your home more accessible and safer as you age.
I think that's great.
It is free.
For whether it's you're doing it or your maybe older kids are doing it, or adult children are helping you through that process. Sometimes it's hard to visualize what would that look like. I don't want it to look like a hospital bathroom or a hospital kitchen, but kind of some easy tweaks. Cathy, thank you so much.
Yeah, always happy
really
to be here.
appreciate it.